Detroit Lions fans, what is up? It's your boy Will back with another episode of Detroit Den 313, where we talk all things Detroit Lions. So, getting right into it, I got a problem. I got a problem, and I got a problem with a Green Bay Packer by the name of Xavier McKinney, right? And it just now happened because of what he said recently in an interview. Man, this is a guy that I was given a ton of respect. I was excited to watch this game on Sunday to see him and Kirby Joseph go at it to be the interception leader in the NFL. Just kind of like a good, fun, uh, competitive, fun-natured interaction for the game, man. Now this thing has changed to something different. Now I got a problem with them, man. So you guys understand where I'm coming from, and you can come up with your own feelings on it. If you haven't seen it yet, let me load it up so you can see it.
They try to embarrass people.
Are you crying?
And I think, this organization and the players we have in here, they don't really take that,
Crying?
Listen, man. I'm busting his chops a little bit, but I mean it, man. This rubbed me the wrong way. You are an NFL player, man. Like, you're talking about running up the score. Are you serious? You know a good way to stop people from running up the score? Stop them. Stop them. Play defense. Right. If anything, it should will you to watch more film, to prepare harder, not to get on TV and cry about it. Oh, there's some guys that try to embarrass people. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And I'm not gonna go down the road of talking about how the bullying and all of this stuff, because that's what it kind of makes me feel. Oh, he's bullying me or whatever. And I'm not trying to undermine bullying, because bullying is a thing, man, and it is unacceptable. But the Detroit Lions aren't bullying people, at least not in an inappropriate fashion. They're bullying people in between the whistles, on Sundays, Thursdays, Saturday nights, and Monday nights, right? But they're not doing anything that's inappropriate or whatever. I think this is just him crying like a baby, or trying to find some bulletin board material to get his own self hyped up. But to me, it's very weak and very disappointing from a player that is having an awesome season. So now I hope that we do nothing but catch touchdown after touchdown right over McKenzie's head. So guys, leave it in the comments. Let me know how you're feeling. Am I overreacted, man, or do you feel where I'm coming from? Because I don't know, man. I just think that is super weak. But moving on, man. Let's talk about some injuries, man, going into this week. Uh, the big one to me was the quarterbacks. Is Jordan Love going to play? It's looking like it's trending towards that direction. He had the groin injury, but everything's looking, like I said, like he's going to be out there. Either way it goes, if Willis has to come out there, I think that we still need to respect Malik Willis. He's been playing some good football when he's came out to mop things up for Jordan Love. So outside of that, man, I see Jair Alexander on here as questionable. He's another one. I think he's leaning towards being out there. And to me, for the guys that are super important, that kind of wraps it up for the Green Bay Packers. Moving to these Detroit Lions, the first one I see that is Broderick Martin. Man, I really wish that we would have had Broderick Martin back this week. I think that he could be a tremendous help to this D-line rotation. He was really showing some good things throughout the preseason, man. Like he was going to come in and truly be a dog by the end of the season. I hate that he's losing these reps. Josh Pascal missing another game with quote unquote illness. And then Malcolm Rodriguez, man. Malcolm Rodriguez is another one. Sucks to see him go down. He's a guy that was playing major minutes, kind of rotationally, and he was a huge help for us. So those are definitely going to hurt us, man. We really need to, football guys, please keep us healthy throughout the rest of this week, man. And let's get the rest of our guys healthy and get back to taking care of business. But this is a game that I'm really excited for. 4 o'clock game, a little bit later game out there at Lambeau Field, man. Uh, I think that this game is going to have a lot of different implications for what the rest of the season looks like. One of the first ones that I think about is this MVP race that everybody's talking about. I don't think that it's anything that's super important, the MVP race, but I keep hearing people talking about it, so I got to address it. I think that this can really show what Jared Goff is. This Green Bay Packers defense is nothing to bat an eye at, man. They got a special defense. They got explosive players all over the field. Each level, they have somebody that I truly believe is special. D line starting with Rashad Gary. You go to those linebackers, we can go to Quay Walker. Go to the corners. Obviously, you got Alexander, and then you go to the safeties. You got Xavier Crybaby McKinney, and then I if you watch this show, you know that other linebacker over there, I was crazy high on, and I wanted him so bad. Edrin Cooper, he's been playing great football. He can literally do anything that you need a linebacker to do and more because he can also rush the passer. So this Green Bay Packers defense is absolutely legit, but I lean on how I already felt and what Coach Belichick reiterated to me and made me feel even better about it. This Detroit Lions offense is darn near unstoppable. There's no team that's completely unstoppable, but I will say darn near unstoppable. They got the two-headed monster in the run game, the best offensive line in football. We have a tight end that is an absolute dog. We have multiple receivers that are weapons. Leading the pack with Amon-Ra St. Brown. The supporting cast is super tough when you're talking about Tim Patrick, Khalif Raymond. Man, this team is loaded everywhere offensively. So I truly believe if we need to get into a shootout with the Green Bay Packers, we will be more than capable of doing that. Now, one of the knocks on Jared Goff, or Vanilla Vic, as they say, is he's not as mobile as some of these other guys. And it's true with an athletic team like us or like the Green Bay Packers that loves to do stunt games. They're stunning almost 40% of the time. They're doing some type of stunt. So getting guys running free and chasing Jared Goff, man, could be interesting to watch this thing unfold. Can Jared be mobile enough to buy time and drive the ball down the field, or will the Green Bay Packers be disruptive, man, and get him off his timing? Because as it stands right now, this dude is playing darn near perfect football over these last 4 games. He's on a special stretch right now where he's doing some crazy things. I think the stat that everybody is talking about is him having more touchdowns than incompletions over the last 4 games. That's just wild. Like if he keeps up on a pace like that, I don't know how he doesn't win MVP. But I will say we're still very earlier in the season. I've never seen a team just stay hot across the board. There's going to be peaks and valleys in this thing. So let's pump the brakes. Let's just hope for some consistent football and us continuing to find a way to win. But completely excited to see what this team looks like on Sunday afternoon. Now, another thing that I'm looking at is this D line, man. This Detroit Lions D line. Are we going to be able to get pressure on Jordan Love? Are we going to be able to make some things happen with that rush? I truly believe that there is a deal that Brad Holmes has on the table, and he's deciphering if he wants to accept the deal where it's at or if he wants to continue to try to drive that price down. And I think that this week can really concrete whatever's going on. Contingent on whatever happens. I think that if we can't get a pass rush this week and we get picked apart, that price is probably going to get driven up, right? But if we can put together a decent pass rush, or our revamped secondary can hold it down enough for us to win and win decisively, I think it drives those trade prices down, because now we look like a team that's not desperate to make a move. So this is a pivotal week for the Detroit Lions going into that November 5th trade deadline, and I am excited for it. So bringing that all together, who do I think is going to win this football game? And I'm not going to be a homer at all. I'm going to give a true answer. And like I said again, this Green Bay Packers team is a solid football team. They offensively and defense, they can do it all. Josh Jacobs is running the heck out of the football. Jordan Love is playing halfway decent at quarterback. You know what I mean? He's no Jared Goff, but he's playing decent football when he's out there. Malik is coming in and being solid when he's doing his mop up thing for Jordan Love. They got an awesome receiving core. I don't think you can really key on any one receiver because they kind of do it by committee, even though I would say Jaden Reed is probably leading the pack. So this is a tough team, man, and we're playing at their home turf, but I still got the Detroit Lions bringing it home. I do think that it's going to be a tight football game, but I feel like the Lions overall have the better offense. They have more weapons, and I think that this revamped secondary will be enough to keep these Green Bay Packer receivers in check. And our D line, even though it's beat up, I still believe we got enough to slow Josh Jacobs down. So I would love to see us get a piece before the trade deadline, but as it stands right now, I still believe we have enough to stop these Green Bay Packers. So, guys, with that said, please put it in the comments. Let me know how you feeling. Do you feel like that we can take down these Green Bay Packers? Do you agree with the statements that I made as far as us making a move before the trade deadline? And put it in the comments if you do agree. Who do you think that they're going to go get? That is it for today's episode. I'll definitely be back with another one. Peace.